All right, everybody, you are here on location with Leadership in the Moment. I'm Tim Huff, and we are in the southern part of Chile in the Patagonia region. This is El Torres de Paine. We climbed here a trek, all-day trek of many miles to bring this video to you. And I want to share a little story that happened to me on this trail. I learned a little bit of a leadership lesson that I relearned many years ago. Several miles in, I was exposed to some amazing scenery. There's just such beauty in this area. I was watching everything going on around me, and I stumbled on a rock. And I stumbled forward, and I caught myself, and I was trying to kind of play it off, got to do that jig where you just kind of say, oh, I meant to do that. So as I was collecting myself and rejoining the walk, I was reminding myself, this is a good lesson that I think everybody can benefit from. When you're surrounded by so much beauty and have so much going on in your life, and you have a wonderful vision, you've got a wonderful strategy, you've got a project that you're trying to implement, the most important thing is to keep a focus on the very next step. What's the next thing that you need to do to reach your next destination, whatever that is, in your personal life, in your professional life. So as I was continuing the march, I was focused on the next step in everything that I'm going to be doing. So my next step is to climb that mountain, that center mountain right there in front, behind me there. Well, no, not really. I'm going to the campsite. But I have a question for you. What is your next step? What is your next step in your personal and your professional life? So thank you very much for watching and listening, and be on the lookout for Leadership in the Moment. I'm Tim Huff. This has been brought to you by Turknet Leadership. Hello, everybody. This is Tim Huff for another Leadership in the Moment lesson here from the edge of the earth in Patagonia. This is day 5. We continued and completed our trek. We're here at Glacier Grey. And I was thinking of another leadership lesson that I learned along the trail that I wanted to pass on to you just because it reminded me of so many of the wonderful lessons that I can learn from all of my blunders here. So here we were. It was day 2 or day 3 of our hike. My hiking partner and I were on a relatively remote section of the trail. And all of a sudden, the trail just stopped, and it was right in front of a swampy area, a big swampy area. So we're thinking, what on earth is going on here? So we kind of stopped, we assessed our situation, we kind of peeked around and said, oh, wait a minute, there's the trail marker right over there. So we have to be close to where we are. Maybe there's a section that we should be able to cross of this whole section. We doubled back, we looked for another route, and we're thinking, you know what? We just gotta slug through this thing. So we were thinking that, it rained pretty heavily the night before, so maybe it's not too deep, so we can just kind of make our way to it. So we started to go step by step, stone by stone, and then it started to get a little bit more marshy, a little bit deeper. And then we looked at each other and we were thinking, okay, this is not going to end well. So almost at the exact same time, both of our feet went right into the muck, shin high, and we just slugged our way all the way through the marker. We got to the marker, and as we turned around and looked back, we realized, had we looked another 20 meters to our right, the trail was right there, nice and dry. So we looked at ourselves, we laughed at our situation, the muddy boots, the wet situation. So it kind of reminded me as we were continuing on that, sometimes, as we talked about before, you focus on the next step while keeping your destination in mind. As you take that step, and the next step is gonna happen. You're gonna get off your trail. It is guaranteed. When that happens, recognize the situation, assess the situation. Where are you? What's going on? What are the facts around you? Look at alternative routes to get back on your trail. But sometimes, that route that you can only see is going to be through that swamp. So when that happens, take the courage, go straight through that swamp, slug your way to the end so you can get back on your trail. With the right help, the right fortitude, the right amount of time, is going to happen. You're going to get back on your trail. And when that happens and you turn back and you say, you know what, there could have been a much easier way, have the humility to laugh at yourself, laugh at the situation. Yes, granted, a lot of times the consequences are a lot worse than just having wet, muddy boots for the rest of the day. But still, just have the humility to recognize that this is just part of the journey. You're just learning every step of the way as you go through your swamp, whatever that metaphor is for you, and you recognize the lessons and you continue on. That's fortitude, that's resilience. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the very edge of the earth, our day 5 at Glacier Grey. Thank you for watching and listening. This is Tim Huff, Leadership in the Moment, brought to you by Turknet Leadership Group.